Well, for more, let's speak to Kyaw in London. He is a founder and executive director of the Burma Human Rights Network. Thank you for speaking to France 24. There had been some hopes that maybe Suu Kyi's sentence would be commuted ahead of Independence Day on January 4th. So with this sentencing, what does it indicate to you about the junta?
Well, thanks for having me today. I think this is all well aware, why the junta is after her and why they have been, unfairly targeting, several counts and putting her into behind the bar. But the point is, that the coup is not completed yet, not successful yet. This is a very important point to be noted. And the military is losing lands one after another to the ethnic arms groups and also to the PDF, People Defense Forces, and local militia. So this is what important point here is: the military is losing every front right now in internationally, but all they are trying to do is using the most inhumane way to crack down the revolutions and trying to cement their power, but it is falling and it is failing. So they tried their best to keep Aung San Suu Kyi behind the bar, behind the public, from away from public scenes. So that is what their strategy is right now they're doing.
Yeah, it seems like an attempt to sort of diminish her influence. Has her influence been diminished?
But regarding it is very interesting question for me because her influence after 88 revolution and after the 21st to 2021 coup is very different. While she was in the government, as you all know, she did some wrong decisions and she associated with the military. She collaborated with the military to crack down and to counter attack the military. Sorry, to launch of military offensive against the Kachin peoples, Karen peoples, and Rakhine peoples. And the worst case is the whole world was shocked when she went to The Hague to protect the genocidal military for the genocidal, military operation against the Rohingya people. So because of these actions and wrong footings, her influence among the minority is nearly diminished, and it's majority Burmese people who still respect her, support her. Compared to the military, for the minorities, it is not that different whether NLD government rule or the military rule. For them, they're always facing the similar oppressions.
Yeah, meanwhile, 16,000 people, more than 16,000 people, have been arrested since the coup began. The military also blamed for several thousand deaths. Is the international community doing enough?
So far, there are more than 3,000 people has been killed. These are the civilians, right? They have been shot and killed and mercilessly, and the thousands of villages has been destroyed. Right now, the humanitarian disaster is really bad in Burma right now. There are millions of people has without any homes. Now the winter weather is very bad now, so people are dying unnecessarily. So the point is, international community has been doing as much as they can, but it is not enough. One of the very sad thing is the international community is not united. What we people of Burma expecting, we are not against any power. We are not against any country. What we want to do is we want a civilized government, civilized rulers for the people who is good with all the neighboring countries. But what we see here right now is a very sad. China is supporting the military, Russia is supporting the military, India is also supporting the military, a democratic country, and the Pakistan is also supplying all the weapons to the Burmese military. So all these democratic countries who has been betraying their own principles and colluding with the genocidal regime, and international community has a limited ability to do this. And this point is very important that there must be prioritized the Burma situation, because Burma situation has been several decades now. There's been so many failed policies, and you can see that the international community is always rushing to praise and to celebrate there some changes, but that's not. There always come U-turn and always fail. So what we really want this time is the engagement on Burma, the dealing when we dealing with Burma shouldn't be based on single political party or single leadership. this should be united, not just. I'm not talking about NUG government alone, because NUG government is saying that they are unity government, but it is not all inclusive. That's very important point. We should also advocate in NUG government to understand that real important point, because Burma is very diverse. Most of the ethnic groups, for example, like Kachin, Karens, Rakhine, Shan, they have all their own armies and their own setup, their own institutions. So you cannot have a genuine unity government without involving these people, right? Without giving them their rights. So
Yes.
what currently it has is showcase government. Showcase means they give some Karen and Kachins and the people in the position, but it is not that those main mother organizations were involved. So
Yes.
NUG government need to try more harder to bring them. And also
Yes,
what the
thank you. Thank you, Kyaw Win. We're running out of time. Thank you very much for your analysis. Kyaw Win of the Burma Human Rights Network speaking to us from London.